coasting. Hear my name around the world like an explosion.
Rise up, rise up. We are the apocalypse, and a pill that keeps us floating. As we fly above the stars, the light won't scare us falling. So rise up. I'm too great to be landed. Rise up. I'm too great to be standing.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hello. We're gonna be taking a look at well, the new Sea of Thieves update, which adds a whole new PvP mode in which you then think that PvEers rejoice. PvPers are gonna be leave you alone now. Whatever. Thing is, it's not that simple. Sure, it adds in this new PvE mode, but for any PvE player who wants to try to unlock everything, or unlock as much cosmetics as they can, well, now you have two entirely new factions to level up. But you can only unlock those through this, the PvP. And that's not all. No. There's an entirely new...
Hey, pirate! I need your help.
Shut the fuck up, Lorena. There's an entirely new section to this area. Along with even more stuff. That's when you have to swim to get out, okay. Interesting. Good thing my parent has the lungs of a dolphin, I guess. This adds a whole new area behind here, and it adds this kind of look to you if you get it. You can also get a couple different things. You can get a entirely new cosmetic set, which, like this for example, which I'm not that bothered with. If they want to add more like this, then I don't care. But the thing is, if you want to get your pirate as unique as possible, you then need to unlock this, or something similar. Maybe not this one exactly, but the other blue one, for example. Yeah, no. The fuck. And then this one as well for 105 in that rank. I've done my fair share of fights today. Only level 4. I'm not winning most fights. I'm actually losing most fights. I've won like maybe 2 fights. Actually 1 if you count ones that actually fought back most of the time. That was actually a fight. The one that I won earlier. I'm pretty sure he just scuttled the ship, to be honest. And a new ship set, which is fine again, because you can get a bunch of other cosmetics like, as well, which is fine. I don't really care if they add like ship cosmetics or whatever cosmetics that are not unique that nobody else, that you can't unlock if you don't do any If it's just cosmetics that have either other cosmetics that you earn the same way, or have, let's say, 2 ways to earn it. Like if the ghosts have had 2 ways to level up this like alliance shit, you could either go PvE hunting or PvP. PvP would then probably be like your best choice, if you're, especially if you're are an avid PvPer. But if you're a PvEer, you want to go the PvE route. Like, there's no PvE route. There's never been a PvE route, despite this game being a PvE game as well. Well, most of the time there's not been a PvE route. There has been some PvE routes, obviously, like leveling up this kind of shit outside of these two. They are PvE, but that's not kind of what I'm asking about, because that just unlocks certain other stuff for the most part. I mean, like unlocking specific things. Like, sure, everybody is delighted that this fucking update is out, but they're treating it like it's gonna solve all their problems, in which it's not. In, let's say, a month, when all the avid PvPers have gotten their 1,000 ranks in both the sides, they're not gonna give a rat's ass about the mode anymore. They're done. Why should you spend hours fighting enemy players over and over for kind of lackluster rewards compared to what you could easily accomplish by bullying PvE players and players who aren't as skilled effectively? Because the PvE in this game is flawed. If I were to try to 1v1 somebody, it becomes the slowest of fights. Like, it becomes so boring so fast. And I don't have avid PvPers playing this game as friends. I just don't. The one person that I played this with a lot doesn't want to play the game until a PvE mode is released. That's how bad it is. Like, I enjoy the like combat and shit like that, but I enjoy an AI because they're a lot easier to deal with. They're a lot more fun. I enjoy myself a PvP game every now and then, but it gets very boring because it becomes effectively a bully the less skilled. Because most people don't like challenges, apparently. You got the fucking Destiny 2 community. They got a weapon nerfed because they couldn't challenge themselves to not use it. Like, what the fuck? If a gun is too strong, don't fucking use it! I'm so confused. The definition of challenging yourself is not taking the easy road. So why the fuck are you out here complaining that there is an easy road? When...
I need your help with something.
Fucking Christ, she's annoying. I actually want to check the Reapers and see if I probably can't even access that area yet, but I want to see. But like, unlocking it behind 100 with this slow rank, getting to 100 shouldn't be slow. It should be pretty decently fast, considering it's like 10% of the way there to the max. Like, getting to 50 into in two separate factions, or is faster than this shit. Where the fuck is Reaper's at? Oh, there it is. Found it. So about southwestish. It's quite annoying when you have something that isn't exactly balanced to begin with, and then creating something around it. Like, this is just gonna be Arena 2.0. It's not going to go the way you expect, Rare. Sure, it's cool and all diving beneath the waves and whatever, but it's fundamentally flawed. First of all, it's fundamentally slow, and it's annoying. I literally we're on a two-man galleon because we were waiting for people to arrive. We were originally four. One person got disconnected. The other person stayed for a while, and then got disconnected. Now we were waiting to see if he would rejoin, so we were parked at an outpost, waiting. Somebody bursts out of the waves in front of us and kill us. What the fuck? And they were a four-man crew. Like, how is that fair? The PvP in this game will never and is never fair. Please, just make a mode that doesn't have it. Because I absolutely adore this type of game. Fucking hell, it's fun. But what doesn't make it fun is bashing my head against the wall, hoping that something is going to be different the next time through. Like, where's the fun in that? It's extremely unfun. And the fucking excuses that people come up with is fucking ridiculous. Like, oh, it's Sea of Thieves. The whole point is getting your loot stolen. Since when did the name matter? If the name matters, then where in Roblox do you Roblox? That's my question. Where? Because I don't know anywhere like that. And if this is a sandbox game, then I would be expected to play my way, not have that ruined just because some dude decided to be an asshole. Sure, assholes exists. That's why they're called assholes. But in this game, it's effectively condoned. And the community doesn't exactly help that. Like, if one fight, if one loss right now is a quarter of the way of one level, and it will always be like that no matter what level you are, then you can count, instead of 1,000 losses, it's 4,000 losses. Sure, you can maybe smack in one win that takes a level every 1,000. But that would still not help it. So if you lose, let's say 75% of the time, it will be so slow and so many fights, it's not gonna be fun anymore. Like, the only thing they've managed to nail with this update is like the visuals. I enjoy those. But I will say, Rare is not bad when it comes to visuals and such like that. They have made a good game. They have made a pretty decent and fun game. The only thing that sucks the fun out of the rest of it, especially for somebody who doesn't enjoy only running the same game every day for the rest of their life, I enjoy my fair share of different games. Like, I've been playing Monster Hunter Rise, I've been playing so many other games. On the to buy list that I have is WoW, something for Warframe, and a Pokemon game. Now, if those aren't different games, I don't know what is a different game from anything else. So, explain to me, when the fuck do I have time to learn how to play this game like fucking every streamer who plays the game 24/7? Or people who just play this game for the PvP alone. Like, sure, I'm not saying get rid of PvP entirely, because that's not how you appease that's not how you make everyone happy, for sure. But what I'm saying is add an alternative for players who don't like the PvP. The only thing that this update added for PvEers is a little bit of breathing room to go do their PvE stuff, and well, new Pirate Emporium, Plunder Pass. That's it. Didn't add jack shit for PvEers, except for that. So if you ask me, this update just fucks over PvEers way more than helps them. Nothing new was given to them. A poorly balanced band-aid fix to the PvP. It's just about what was added for them. And it's a band-aid fix because of the fact that it has a time limit. Because once people are fed up with the mode, they're not going to want to play it anymore. Like, let's say the arena mode, right? When everybody had earned just about what they wanted to earn and decided not to go for more, didn't want to bother with more. Like, let's say you wanted the glorious seed dog thing or whatever the fuck. Like, one that wasn't at the top, but I don't actually know which one is which, because I didn't really play it back then, unfortunately. But I do know that PvE players actually had probably more fun because of the fact that, well, maybe PvP weren't such a massive part of what you have to effectively expect in... You have to expect because people are fucking assholes. And this game is based around bullying. I enjoy PvE because of the fact that it's fun. It's pretty well balanced. It's not shit. The PvP, however, is not. I don't like to fight the same dude for half an hour. Not to mention that kind of ship-to-ship combat is kind of boring anyway. Even when fighting AI. Because like this game's story is fucking amazing. The way they portray it, the way you play the like tall tales, all that shit is fucking amazing. I love it. I could not get enough. The new adventures are fucking hot garbage. Especially in the way of storytelling, because they're just not story quests. They're more like to-do lists with story attached. At that point, I might as well just fucking read a book. Like, what's the point? What's the point of playing them? Like, why don't I just go and watch somebody play it and then be done with it? The rewards for doing an adventure anyway isn't really that great. So, there's no big point. But if I go into my pirate log, reputation, tall tales, and let's say, fuck it, Lords of the Sea. I have cosmetics. I have a fucking shanty song. That's just one of them. Then you have this one, where you have a gun, and another ship cosmetic, all of these two, these two, and not to mention the Shores of Gold questline, how much that shit has. Like, yeah. There's so much here to earn, and there's actually a point. I don't know how I have this, by the way. I don't know what the fuck happened here. But I will say as well, like, earning certain cosmetics have been made very grindy, very time consuming, for pretty much no reason. Like, I know I know of one cosmetic set that I actually want because of the fact that it's kind of cool. But in order to do it, I have to do like 25 Fort of the Damned. I don't need to get the loot from it, but I just need to complete it. I just need to be there for the completion, pretty much. Let me see if we can actually find the tall tale itself. Not the tall tale, just saying. Wait, there's a new thing here. No, there's not. Why is it still counting as new? I guess. Confusion. Fort of the Damned, I guess? No. No, this one. Vanquishing the Damned. Clear the Fort of the Damned of all enemies 25 times. I've only done twice. Like, and the thing is, like, it's a very risky thing to do as well because people might not give a fuck what you want. Which makes it even more of a headache. Especially because it also takes time and it requires allies, all the different flame types, which is earned various different ways. Like, if I wanted to just repeatedly do it now, my best bet, well, just repeatedly do it, right now would be my best bet. If I were to wanting to also get away with loot, or have just more chance of just getting as many as many done as possible. The only problem is that you can't just infinitely do it. You need a certain skull, which is not easy to find or get. You can't just keep buying it from Lorena, because you can only buy it once every week, I think. So then, if say you have 4 people on your crew, I can get it every week. You have 4 tries every week. If you place that ritual skull, and you end up failing, or well, not failing, but getting sunk and murdered, so you are effectively failed it because somebody else completed it. That's 1 less that week, at least. And if you go back to do it again, well, you may have just gotten another loss. And not to mention, they also take this currency, not this. And this isn't exactly the easiest to farm. Sure, you can double it. You can double it using the Reapers. Double the amount you earn. The thing is, like, only a few types do it. Like the Ashen chests and keys do it. Ritual skulls themselves do it. The Ashen books do, but that's if you open the crates. That's about all I know right now that I've actually encountered myself. There might be something really rare out there that gives you like 5 of them or some shit. And yeah, that is your average rate for them. 5. Sell a crate, get 5. It's incredibly grindy for seemingly 0 reason. I've just been traveling. I don't really. I'm just gonna bail on this. Actually, I'm gonna take a look if I can grab something from him anyway. Like I'm a bit too distracted. I'm kind of just driving in somewhere. But like, actually playing this game right now is just not fun. Like, please add a PvE mode. I know you said in the past that you won't, but the thing is, times have changed drastically. Like, most people today don't enjoy bashing their head against the wall. And I will say, Rare, you don't need to get rid of the normal mode in order to add a PvE mode. Let's say I want to host a PvE mode for PvE mode server for friends. I'll just do so. But how it stands right now is you have to effectively make an alliance server. And that's, then again, not fun. Because, yeah, they're not easy to get into as far as I know. I don't know how to get into one, to be honest. But I am considering it, because that's literally the only equivalent I can get. Like, Rare, I really need you to add a fucking mode for PvE. Your game is pretty much suffering because there is none. There is no equivalent for people who just enjoy your game. And the thing is, like, if you do, and you think that there's no fear, no threat for you to get sunk by, add something. Add some new enemies. I'm like, there's so many things that you could do to make a PvE mode actually the way you want it, and the way PvE players would enjoy. Like, let's say you add different kinds of skeleton ships, for example. Or add AI ships that act a bit more like player ships. Or more water threats. Literally anything. there's so many people in your game's community that would really adore a PvE mode to this game. And I will say, the PvE in your game is fucking amazing. I can't say that enough. I really enjoy it. What I don't enjoy is having my session ruined because some fuck decided to be an asshole with a fucking 4-man galleon against 2 people on a slope who don't really play PvP games that much anymore. And it's not like your COD is gonna transfer in skill to this shit. Because first of all, that thing right here is not a sniper rifle, or a shotgun, or an assault rifle. This sure can count as one, but it's very rare that you do use this. And for a crew that small, you're very rarely going to be going for a board, which is when you would be using this. So, how I'm exactly expected to perform at my best when those things are pretty much fucking annoying to use, to get to, like, learn to use, and to, like, just about anything. Like, if there's somebody here at Reapers, they're probably gonna sink me just for arriving, even though I don't want to fight to begin with. Like, I don't want to fight because I don't find it enjoyable in this game. It feels like I'm rubbing my balls on sandpaper. PvEers are complaining that the mode itself is flawed, and you, well, PvE itself is flawed, and you add a mode full of it. Don't get them a way to opt out. Now it feels like they're forced into it more than anything else. Cause like, how am I supposed to earn a golden curse? Like, wait till that curse if I can't PvP. And if you try to use the example that, oh, you earn a bit every time you lose. Yeah, try doing 40,000 losses. I don't know if you even earn any XP if you just run right out of the zone immediately and blow yourself to smithereens. I don't think you do. That's why people absolutely want to know why people glitch matchmaking systems and shit. I'm gonna ram the sound. Nailed it. I need to get off this island before I can. Before I can focus on anything else. Yeah, I know I am playing like shit right now because most of the time I'm not even paying attention to the game. Pay attention to what I'm saying, forming a sentence, forming my point, and so on. So yeah, this is not my best work. Let's just say that. But like, this is for sure not the worst gameplay I've had. Well, might actually be the worst gameplay I've had, but besides the point. Like now due to this update, we're effectively forced into it. Sure, you're not exactly being like, oh, if you don't PvP, you'll be banned or whatever. But it's like, if you want to unlock something, you're forced to do PvP only. And which never goes well. Just like as fucking Destiny 2. They had the Recluse, Mountaintop, whatever else that came with Crucible, that anybody who didn't enjoy that Crucible mode, just loved everything else, were effectively forced to go through PvP, because the fact that the Recluse was so strong that you had to have it. Well, you weren't exactly have to have it, but you would want to have it like extremely much. Which is like fine. Fine, there's no like advantages to have a curse or whatever. But this game is all about cosmetics. So when you lock cosmetics behind something that many people don't enjoy, much less want to take part in, you are kind of missing the point. And for that one dev at Rare that was hoping that this update would loosen some of the pressure, it really didn't. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it really didn't. It kind of just made the problem worse. Because now you've gone and made them have to engage, not just avoid fights. Previously, you could just try to run away, which sometimes wouldn't work because they could just be assholes and follow you entirely and not give up. But, well...
We shall unchain the seas.
But now you're effectively forced into it. Due to the fact that if you want down here, you have to go level it up. If you want down there, you need to go level up this. If you want to get to that one area, special area in the Pirate Legend hideout, you need to level up the other side. Which is fucking insane. Especially because those numbers are fucking huge. Like with the current leveling system, 100 should be the max. Not 10% of the max. Like, holy shit. And just because streamers and YouTubers and those very, very, very public people treat this game, this update, like it's this Recoming of Christ or whatever the fuck, doesn't mean that it's actually what most of the players want. It's actually most of the time opposite of what most of the players want. It's like nerfing something that people want buffed. It's doing the exact opposite. And it's actually making the problems worse. Though I will say, please remove the weird ass fog that's around here, because it allows you to not see shit like that! But like... give me a game that plays exactly like this game. Where I can run around on the ship, I can shoot cannons from the ship, exactly like this game, just without the PvP at all. Then we'll talk. And don't go like Skull and Bones or whatever the fuck the other game was called that blew up recently. I forget what it's called. Don't give me that shit, because that shit's nowhere close to this shit. Nowhere. Fuck off. I want one where I'm running around on the ship like this. Not just sitting behind the wheel directing people, NPCs on my ship. No. I just play fucking Assassin's Creed Black Flag then. And I'm not wanting that, am I? I'm not playing that, am I? Like, let's say... the Tall Tale, where you actually go to fight the Gold Hoarder, I will say that was probably some of the most fun I've had in this game. Sure, the fight itself is kind of slow, but it's fine. It's not, like, the worst. Though I'm gonna say it's gonna be a pain to do that 4 more fucking times. But it's doable. It's annoying, but it's doable, I guess. The fuck did I just say? Oh, this wheel thing. Like, it's doable, but it's annoying, is how grindy it should be. But if you add grindy on top of PvP, it doesn't only add a time barrier, it also adds an execution barrier, which is the main reason why games like Guilty Gear Strive and those games struggle to grab newer players. Because not everyone has the time to put into that shit, or the skill required, or the time to get the skill. Now sure, those games do have a much more problem when it comes to it, a much more noticeable problem when it comes to it, due to the fact that, well, I'm pretty sure fucking Guilty Gear has a fucking dictionary due to its special moves and tactics and whatever. But it's effectively the same problem this game has right now, especially with this new update. Due to the fact that it feels literally like just grinding your fucking groin on sandpaper. It's not fun. It's not fun, much less is it entertaining or enjoyable. Like, I honestly don't enjoy it. Like, my first ever battle on a solo sloop ended with both me and the random, the enemy crew, out of fucking resources. Out of cannonballs. That's how long it dragged on. That's not good, is it? If you ask me, it's not. And please remove signal flares from this fucking spawn barrel. Or add them all. Add all of these into one. Add these into separate. Please. Having to sort that every time I get on is annoying. So you don't even keep your resources when you die. Which sure, it kind of makes sense, but it's annoying. Because now I have to go pick up resources. Because yes, this ship isn't actually full on spawned. This one was sunk. And for the love of God, don't use your captain ship on this. Unless you're brain dead. Like, if you're that dumb, then go right ahead. Your own fault. Your own funeral. But PvP in this game is flawed, and they need to separate. At least have the option to separate. That's why I'm saying adding a PvE server on top of the servers that's currently running. Sure, it might be taxing and a bit more expensive, whatever. But you'll hopefully be dragging more players. That means more purchases in the... What the fuck's the closest outpost? Fucking Golden Suns. More purchases in the Pirate Emporium, in which you might get one purchase from me, but that's because I like the set. Because your cosmetics are beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. I love it. But you need to divert attention to the majority of your player base, not the loudest ones. Because most people who actually go out and say anything against your game relating to PvP, they get ridiculed. I'm not even joking, they get ridiculed. People bully them so hard. I've been on the receiving end of this. I've seen this shit happen. And the thing is, their point's not valid. Their point's valid. But they still get fucking shit on. And you've kind of created this community with this type of game. And they're using a point that you've said, apparently, a long time ago, that you don't want a PvE mode. But the thing is, times were different then, probably. Nobody was knowing exactly how to fight, hitting every cannon shot. Everybody was probably missing a lot more than they were hitting. But now it's completely the opposite. People are pretty much hitting every shot. Like, I've had times where I'm running around on the ship and I'm getting hit in the face with cannonballs repeatedly. I've had somebody that instantly hit this fucking wheel the first shot. Repeated hits. No misses. I kind of doubt it's cheats because this game isn't really exactly hard to or easy to get cheats working on. You probably can, but I kind of doubt they'd be as effective as in other games. But the flaw comes from the fact that people are way more skilled now than they were back then. So introducing a new player to this is like introducing a new player into, let's say, Guilty Gear Strive, and then throwing them in the deep end and making them face a pro. It's not fun. They're gonna quit the game. Because they have nothing to aid them, they don't know what they're doing. And even if you know what you're doing, you still haven't got a chance. Like, if this game should be renamed as to be accurate of the actual gameplay, Bully the Weak. That's the title right there. That's exactly how it should be named. Bully the people who can't fight back. Because that is who you're fighting most of the time. I can't fight back and I'm suffering for it. Like, I'm not having fun with this game. When I originally joined, I had fun because I was doing PvE. Now that it's a lot more open for me to do what I want to do, because I was just leveling this shit up to get the Pirate Legend as fast as possible because I wanted to unlock it to have it there, have it unlocked, which made it a lot easier because I was just like, oh, do these few things, whatever. But now that it's like, oh, I can do whatever the fuck I want. I look up then, like, what's effectively the best way to earn money, whatever. It's like, oh, go Reapers and do world events. Okay, cool. Random person arrives out of nowhere, probably server hopped, Reaper tier 5, 4-player crew. The fuck am I supposed to do? That immediately just ruined the session. And they hadn't even sunk me yet. I was still in possession of all my loot, and they still have... The fun is still not there. Like, sure, do I think that server hopping should be removed? Not exactly. I do think that any loot or emissaries or whatever you have on you should be completely removed. Everything in the resource barrels as well. When you server hop. Due to the fact that, so you don't server hop with like 400 cannonballs along with 4,000 planks or whatever, because that literally just makes an indestructible target. Pretty much, as long as you don't fuck up. But most of it's no longer fun. Most of the game is then just dead to you. That's a bird right there doing that for it, so I'm not gonna bother them. But watch them come over here and try to sink me anyway. I'm just gonna be sitting here, minding my own business. Probably shouldn't park at this then, though I don't think they're a captain's ship actually. Oh, I don't know if I can even detect that. Strange. But I fairly enjoy this game's like base mode when you actually can get shit done. I don't like to waste time. I don't like to throw time into the fucking dumpster just because, oh, I guess just weren't allowed to play. Like, most of my cosmetics, most of my cosmetics that I use are coming from the like shop, like the Pirate Emporium up here, or just like a free reward for just doing something IRL. Like I use some of the Duke set, which is just obtained through getting one of the X boxes, I forget which one, and playing it on there, and some other stuff relating to the phone app, like playing it on through Wi-Fi or whatever on your phone. And then I have 2 animals because I like foxes and dogs, along with a couple outfits, most of which I have actually earned because I'm pretty sure I've only bought 1 outfit, which is this one I'm currently running. Don't quote me on that. Well, I bought the plunder pass every now and then. Most of this shit I've earned because I haven't gotten around to buying this kind of shit yet. So, the equipment isn't exactly hard to earn anyway. Just check the clothing. Earned. Well, no, bought actually because they're with primed shit, I think. Well, not primed, but shit from like the bought plunder pass. Bought. No individual that I bought. And then the only thing that I'm going to buy, I think, because I still want to support this studio. Just because I don't like how they're doing PvP doesn't mean I don't like them in general. But the only thing that I'm gonna buy is this thing, purely because Wolf. I bought a bit of the actual ship set, so why not? But that's about the final one, I think. I'm not buying the Plunder Pass. Nothing, pretty much nothing else, to be honest. Because nothing else seemed to interest me. The only reason why I'm copying that one right now, well, not right now, but as soon as I can, hopefully, is because I don't know if it's gonna leave, and I don't want to miss out. So it's fear of missing out was kind of holding me there. But like, there's fucking main reputation shits are grindy enough as it is, and they have made it worse with this. And there's nothing a PvE player can do or say about it. A PvE player who wants to earn, let's say, the Skeleton Curse, which is leveling this one to at least level 100. Any of the other cosmetics that come from that actual Skeleton Curse probably comes after. In which means you could probably count level 1,000, to be honest, to get all the kind of different cosmetics that comes after. I can't exactly check this because, hey, guess what? It's under the fucking ground. You can't even check the fucking store to see what you need, which is kind of fucking bullshit. I was like, let's load into one. I'm gonna actually load into do the battle, so I'll go to them. I don't have too many resources, but I kind of don't give a fuck. But the fact that you have to, you're forced in order to, you're forced to play through, at the very least, 4,000 PvP matches, in which all is a loss. It's done on the, like, the most unlucky possible, if the system works how I think it does. That it doesn't go up in the amount of XP that you need per level. But if it works like these, then what the fuck? Then you have made a system that really sucks.
See me flying, never drop down, smoking high, am I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got.
This doesn't help, by the way.
Keep an eye out, keep it locked down, see me flying, never drop down.
This is actually entirely different for leveling up this. So that's wrong. But they're attempt at this, I get what they were trying to do. They're trying to give the PvP players something while giving something to the PvEers as well, by giving them a bit of fresh air. Hopefully you stay in the PvP mode, but it's like, they're not. If you truly think about it, there's no reason for for you to go head to head against somebody where a big chance of it is that you lose. When you've gotten everything from this area to begin with. Like, once you don't have to level them up anymore, what the fuck is the point of playing this mode? Once you get both of the factions up to 1,000, what the fuck is the point? Unless you're going for a high score on amount of ships sunk before dying, or whatever, without dying, you have no point in playing this. There's nothing in it for them. That's the thing. Like, if the mode had like a ranked mode where it was if you reach max rank you'll get like an all gold cannon, and then the next time you go, all that in the next season, you get an all gold sails or whatever, or whatever the fuck else they do with the rank, I don't know. Then fine, I'll stick with my cosmetics. You can grind for that if you want. But with how it is right now, if you want to be a skeleton, either buy the Warsmith thing from Pirate Emporium, or force yourself through PvP. And PvP is not fun to begin with. So I don't. Like, doing this like underwater section and then popping up is cool, but I honestly wish it was a different like scenario that you were doing it, or something. Like, it was a fast travel mechanic or something for those PvE modes or something. I don't know. Because right now, as it stands, this is not a fun mode. And it will never be a fun mode. Where are these people? Where are they? Nope, they're there. Wait a minute. That's another night wolf. Nice ship, cosmetics. What the fuck? Turn faster! Okay, then rock. Now turn. To be honest, like the PvP as well aspect kind of sucks from the, like, tier holes things. Because if you aren't a captain ship, you can't repair the holes fully. So every time you are in a fight, your holes are going to be eventually just become tier 3 holes. This rock is gonna be an asshole. You're gonna miss that. Look at that shit. The only thing they can't hit is a fucking... is the mast with the chain shots. But every cannonball shot pretty much hits. I'm not saying that they're cheating, just because people are way better at this game now than they were back when the PvE or PvP is actually like, good, quote unquote, the way it is right now. The only ones that have fun today are the people who don't struggle. People who struggle just suffer. And they're effectively told to suffer in silence. Like, how do you expect somebody to partake in your game if they don't find it fun? Because the only ones who find it fun are the people who have been playing the game for years. Oh, I hit that? I'm fucking surprised. It was a deck shot, so it was completely fucking useless anyway. I would go for board, but this is kind of pointless. Because if I just leave my ship going, it's just gonna fucking go out of the circle. And then like preparing as well to just get fucking sunk within half a minute is just no longer fun. And honestly, I had a weird ass fucking encounter trying to play this earlier with a galleon. We went down within like a minute, I'm pretty sure. I actually have the clip of it. If I hit that, that would be fucking amazing. You can tell, like, I'm rusty as fuck of this. The fuck did you just shoot at me? But I will say as well, the wave's gonna fuck you over. So in a sea battle, it's not even fun to begin with. It's not fun. You know those fucking ghost ship battles that you have for the Order Souls? They aren't fun, and this is not either. Just gonna go for the ram. Yeah, okay then. Cool. Fucking PvP in this game just ain't fun, man. Like, it's never been fun. The only time it's fun is if you're bullying the other person. Like, at this point, I'm like literally wanting to just skull a ship and not be done with it. The thing is, I want the curse from that. Because I've only got the fucking Ashen Curse. yeah, you make curses very deliberately enticing to make people want them. Which is fine. It's perfectly fucking fine. That's like wanting the gold camo and a fucking gun in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Or whatever other game that's has something similar. But the thing is, the way you make it should depend on the game. And this game hasn't done it right. Never has and never will. Especially not with us. And usually whenever I fucking slow my ship down, I usually just get fucking hit repeatedly. I'm gonna fucking be in his broadside. Just because this fucking rock. Oh, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, yeah, sure. You hit every fucking one of those. Like, where's the misses? All of a sudden, he was hitting all of them. Fucking annoying. Okay, cool. Yeah, sure. You hit that. What the fuck? That was directly over the rear end and directly onto the mast. Wait. I have so many people that I meet that literally just fucking do shit like that. Get the narrowest shot and somehow hit perfectly. How? At this point, I'm literally wondering if people are cheating. Like having a fucking tracer, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, to show you where the shot's gonna hit. You can't even see my ship. I have to dial it in. Like, how the fuck do you hit every shot? Like, fucking 99%, 95%. The fuck? At this point, I'm really wanting to just skull a ship and be done. It's not fun. Rare, if you listen to the people that say the PvP isn't good, you'd know this shit isn't fun. At this point, I'm literally wondering if going to the gym would be more fun. And I don't like physical exercise that much, because it doesn't, well, excite me, I guess. Suck with a sniper rifle, dude. Okay, then, yeah, then you hit that shot. Fucking sucked for, like, half of those shots at the very least. What are you falling for? To be honest, sometimes it feels like this fucking arena thing is so small. It should kind of follow you around the map, to be honest, somewhat. Like, if you, like, stay going the same direction for too long, it should, like, tell you to not. But if, like, both of you are quite close to each other, and you're clearly still in fucking battle, did that dude really just hit that? if you hit these shots, I'm swear. How the fuck did you hit that? These things aren't exactly easy to aim. And most of the time the ship's waves fuck you over as well. Like, they're not at all easy to fucking use. So starting a PvP base on it is not fucking fun. Ship to ship combat usually is not fun to begin with. And the melee combat has its moments. It has its moments, but they're very fucking rare moments. Like, where's the fun in these slow-ass battles? I don't find it fun. That ship event as well, by the way, is fucking ass. It's always fucking near the Reapers as well whenever I want to go there. And by the way, I'm pretty sure I'm out of fucking cannonballs soon. Directly on the wheel. I swear. Like, I swear there's something fucking happening. I honestly really do not enjoy these fucking fights. They're slow, they're tedious, they're fucking annoying. They make you waste your time. What's the point in gathering resources up for a fight, getting ready for the fight, only if you don't have a chance to begin with, even when you're in the fight? Well, they had me intrigued when they said they were gonna be skill-based matchmaking effectively by having like your effectiveness or whatever win-loss ratio having it. But then when I actually got in game and realized how fucking flawed this is, then I realized that a PvP in this game, a PvE mode in this game, just can't work. Cause sure, this dude's win-loss ratio might be shit, but he's hitting way more shots than he's missing most of the time. Pretty good amount of time anyway. I don't know what the fuck he's shooting at now because he clearly can't hit me. But it's like, honestly, like, piloting a ship on your own in and of itself is annoying. And then you're having to manipulate everything relating to fighting as well. It kicks you off the cannons, then it can kill you as well within like 2 shots. When you're already busy not eating, but shooting. IMO cannon shots should kind of not be allowed to kill you unless they're blunderbuss shots that blunder bombs or whatever the fuck they're called, that deal more in the controlling the enemies up top. Why is she a keg? Did my ship hit a fucking random ass keg? That's also another fucking issue. Like, the environment sucks, usually. Pretty sure I'm out of planks now. Yeah, I'm out of planks. I'll pull on out. I lost simply because he hits nearly all his shots. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get those. He's way too fucking far away. The distances sometimes can be deceiving. Yeah, I know I didn't name myself up because I kind of thought my fucking distance or speed would be enough. Christ, he's forward. Once any cannonball hits, I'm not gonna be able to fucking plug them, so I can't do shit. Where's the enjoyment of this? Since he raises his, I'm gonna lower it. I can't cause hits because the waves are just fuck you. No, I can't get on because he has direct fucking sights. Excuse me? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. But I lost because I can't fucking plug my holes. I can't board. I can't do anything. I honestly really hate the solo fights because you can't go for board because you're just gonna leave your ship undefended and going in a single direction, which makes sense. But then you're effectively stuck in the cannon fight that sucks and is hard and just annoying to begin with. It's just no longer fun. And like, I don't have... Look at this fucking piece of shit next to me I got! Like, what the fuck? And you're expecting PvE players to be happy with this update? You fucked them over hard! Fucking Christ! It wasn't even a quarter! Oh my god! It was like the half of a quarter! If that! Oh my god! Rare. There's no way in hell you just fucking... Fucking Christ, man. That was how long of a timer? Probably half an hour in a single fight. And I got absolutely fuck all to show for it. How do you expect people to be happy with this update? The only ones that are happy are the people who shouldn't fucking matter. Since when did streamers become bosses of companies and shit? Because that's how game developers are usually treating them nowadays. The only ones that effectively cut off their legs was fucking Activision. With Modern Warfare 2's change of like the how Warzone was fucking being effectively cut by streamers by cutting down the movement. And guess what they did? They complained. They complained their asses off, saying that the game is no longer skillful or whatever. You can no longer have skill in the game. That is full of campers or whatever. Recommends camping. When no, it's just trying to stop you from being able to use overpowered shit on people who don't have the time investment you have. If you don't have the time to sink into a game that the game requires you to, it shouldn't force you to do it. That's how it became with Warzone, how it's become with this game. It's forcing you to do the shit that you can't do because you've got work, you've got a life outside of gaming, or a life in different games. I simply don't want to dump in as much time into this game as your average other player. I don't find it fun. I just don't. Playing the same game over and over is just gonna leave me burn out. And then there's no way I'm coming back to the game. The only reason I'm coming back to Destiny 2 most of the time now is because new content. Let's say when Nightfall drops, I'm gonna be playing around with the new super, the new area, the new exotics. But once I've done that for like a week, I'm burned out again. Because the main gameplay loop is not fun anymore. And that's exactly how it's become with us. Due to the fact that usually most of the time you're just gonna be fucking decimated before you are allowed to do shit anyway. And if you have friends who do PvP, you're not gonna suffer in this game that much. Sure, you may still suffer, but a lot less than somebody who enjoys the story aspect of this game. Like, some of the tall tales I actually enjoyed trying to do without looking up how to do them. But I ended up just looking up how to do them anyway due to the fact that I don't want to be fucking sunk by a player before I'm done with a tall tale. And yes, they do target tall tales, people who do tall tales. The only tall tale that you aren't as affected by it is the Pirate's Life Tall Tale, because of the fact that out of, I'm pretty sure like 2 of those, you spend an entirely different fucking server. You spend in a server all on your own. Which, if you ask me, that tells you exactly that players just they can make PvE servers where only you are on. Hopefully it's in development, because I swear to God, where if you don't make it, this game will suffer. It will not be as good as it will. People will keep leaving. People will keep complaining about PvP. People will not like the game. And that, guess what? That means lower overall money income for you. Because the less people playing your game means the less people are going to be purchasing shit in the Pirate Emporium store. The less people are going to be spending money to get your newest Plunder Pass or whatever. The less people will have fun in your daily game. In your game daily. Sure, make a PvE server add, make it so that you'll find a lot more screenshots of ships fully stacked with loot. Sure. But I mean, if they decide to spend hours and hours and hours and so on grinding their way through all of the content you have, and then they're done within a month with all that content, unlocking every cosmetic or whatever is in the current game, which is probably going to take a year, to be honest, considering Dark Adventure alone is like over 100 mil, I think. It's a rough estimate. At least around 50 mil. At least. Somewhere between those ranges, I think. For all I know, it could be more. But still, like, those fucking ones are expensive, and that's just them. That's just a single set. So then imagine everything that you can normally earn, everything that you can earn in the Pirate Legend hideout, everything that you can earn in, like, factions. Shit's gonna take a lot of time to grind. If they decide to burn themselves out grinding that shit, then that's their fault. That's not your player's fault. That's not your fault, Rare. That's their fault. If I decide to grind my way through everything and burn myself out, that's my fault. It's my fault I'm burnt out in Destiny 2. I'm not blaming Bungie. Sure, everything is a bit stale right now, but that hopefully is gonna change. Hopefully they'll redo a bit of the systems that are currently kind of ass. But I'm sure as fuck not saying that it's Bungie's fault that I'm burned out. It's not even fucking close. It's my fault that I'm burned out. But the thing is, I was having fun with the game. I was doing raids. I was doing... Fucking imagine what I was doing. Doing a massive amount of shit. I was doing shit left and right. Today I'm much less doing that because it's not really fun. Because I burned myself out of it. Because I didn't really take a break at all. I don't think I even played any other games than Destiny 2 at that time. I enjoy my fair share of games. I can't set myself into a game like that anymore. I just can't. It's not fun to do that. I would fucking love to play this game and actually full on enjoy it. I would fucking love it. But it's just not fun. Like, player advantage can just fuck over a crew entirely. And just because they're on a bigger boat doesn't really matter all that much. Sure, a galleon turns slower, is slower in general, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Because they have 4 people. Imagine if fucking 3 of them board you. The fuck are you gonna do to defend against that? Sure, that one person alone on their fucking ship is suffering massively. But imagine if they did it. What are you supposed to do? All you can do is fucking surrender. It's not fun when your entire fucking chance of survival effectively relies on, I'm just gonna surrender. Like, where's the fun in that? Like, I'm not good at this game, and I don't want to be good at the PvP, because it's not fun to get good at anyway. I would much rather just have fun in the PvE mode. If I wanted to have a very competitive PvP, I'd just go to fucking Valorant, CSGO, anything else that's like an esport. I don't want a PvP mode for this game. I just don't. I want a PvE mode. Because the PvE mode actually makes sense. And if any one of y'all are gonna be like, oh, but it's the Sea of Thieves. Go back to the Upside Down where you came from, honestly. Because your tall tales alone, pirate. Your missions, your like voyages, pirate, thief, thievery. The name isn't meant for the PvP portion of the game. Sure, its original idea goes under the umbrella, but it's not the umbrella itself. And if you were to take that out of the umbrella in general, it doesn't matter. Because for people who actually enjoy this mode, you can stay in the mode. They don't have to switch to a PvE mode. Sure, it might make a lot less PvEers stay, because they actually get the choice to have fun. There's no point to stay in a mode where you don't have fun. And to be honest, this game isn't even a fucking sandbox, like it says it is. Sure, you can go be an asshole or not. Sure, you get the choice. But when you think about a sandbox, what I think is something like Gary's mod, where I can play around with friends and have fun, make and do whatever I want with friends, and not really be disturbed by others unless I decide to go play with others. But I'm forced into playing with others here, which originally is fine. But when they then can, effectively turn around and be an asshole, it's no longer fun. Let's do a fucking Gmod Dark RP. How is it fun if everybody's breaking the rules? No. Sure, thinking somebody else isn't against this game's like rules specifically. But if you're doing a tall tale, are you gonna have anything for that dude that sings you? No. They're not gonna get the resources in your barrels. They're not gonna get the cannonballs, the wood, the fish, or whatever. They're getting none of that. All they're getting is the loot that was aboard your thing, in which there isn't gonna be any. If anything, maybe an empty fucking crate. Like an empty crate that an item came in. But that's it. And that thing sells for like maybe 100 coins. Or so. This shit's not worth the cannonballs you just shot. It's not even worth one. And if anything, I'll just fucking give it to you. Honestly. The only thing that I care about is the stuff related to the fucking tall tale. Have the fucking chest. I don't give two shits. But the problem becomes when it's just attack on sight. Because you're deathly afraid that they're gonna attack on the other person's gonna sink you. Because that's how it's become. That's the mentality that this game has gotten. And that's not a good mentality for it. Or any game for that matter. Unless you're talking about a game like Tarkov where the whole point is that. And there's just some AI there to fucking fill up the map. But then again, those two are entirely different styled games. Because in this game, you can't get different upgrades and all that shit. You can't get that. You don't have armor. You don't have different types of armor, different types of strengths of armor. There's nothing different between you and the other player. Sure, on paper makes it fair. Most of the time it doesn't make it fair. Most of the time it actually does the opposite. Just treasure. Cool, but my friend's not here, so I don't want to be doing it. But this game just fucking suffers from the obvious point that PvE in the game is flawed because it tries to go for the on-paper fair. Meanwhile, it's not actually fair in reality due to the fact that just because on paper it's fair doesn't mean it's actually fair. Just because I have the possibility of being as good as somebody else doesn't mean I'm going to be. Just because I can be as good as an Osu player on Osu doesn't mean I'm ever going to be. And so, how am I supposed to fight somebody that is? How am I supposed to challenge that Osu player? I can't. Then the way you have to make up for that is by either allowing me not to challenge to begin with, in which no longer is possible, because now I need to challenge in order to get something. Great update. You should allow us to opt out. Like, let's say GTA, right? GTA is mostly similar to this, actually, when you think about it, and like how the game works fundamentally. It's an open world kind of area where you get to pretty much do just about whatever you want. But GTA allows you to opt out. They allow you to join an invite-only session. Where's the invite-only session here? Where? For anyone trying to be like, trying to be cool and be like, oh, go to Maiden Voyage, that's your fucking invite-only session or whatever. Just fuck off. I'm not here for some fucking half-assed roast. Fuck off. I've seen it on Twitter. Like, honestly. Kindly come with something original. And actually try helping to solve the problem instead of being a fuckwit about it. Just because the problem doesn't affect you. I'm nowhere close to that, but okay. Well, time for me to leave. Oh, please don't be kegs. These are kegs. I barely missed the kegs. I need to turn this that way anyway because of luck. But like, if you don't allow people to opt out of PvP, your game will suffer because of it. Because PvP is a very special liking that many players don't have. Maybe they have work or something, so they can't play 6 hours a day, every day, to get good at something. Which then in turn makes it so that they're doomed to be shit at the PvP game. Which means that they're then doomed to not find it fun. But in a game like GTA 5, the fun part is grinding your way up and obtaining all these vehicles, all this money, all these businesses, whatever. Not specifically PvP. PvP sure is an option, but it usually just isn't. There usually just isn't much of a point. Maybe they reward you with such little fucking rewards or whatever. Or maybe they just don't care, the players. Because usually you get more about just doing it yourself than fucking over somebody. And sure, you do get assholes in there as well. But now you can at least avoid them with what they did. Because now you can enter an invite-only session and do your sell missions there. You can do everything you want in there. And guess what? It's a lot more tolerable now. The only issue with GTA Online now is that everything is so massively overpriced from how much you get. Which has also taken a step against that. By quite a bit since I did a massive grind. Last time I did a massive grind anyway. So, props where props is due. Let's just say that. It's still not good, but it's not as terrible as it was. Anyway. But yeah, like, if this shit don't change, the fun of this game will just not be fun ever. Like, if somebody joins your game today in this day and age, and they figure out that, oh, this game is heavily focused around being good in PvP, because otherwise you're just gonna fucking waste huge amount of time, then what's the point? It's not fun to bash your head against a wall. Like, I remember the first time I full on actually played this, didn't know what I was doing, was hugely terrified of everything in every direction. Like, I could see one of the like, symbols up in the sky and be like, not going that way. And that's why I was originally first just doing Prize Life Tall Tales with somebody entirely different than who I played today. And yes, I am just hitting this because I'm actually just gonna fucking leave here in a minute. But yeah, there's no way to opt out of those people who wish to see your day ruined. And most of the time that can happen without you even fucking being anywhere close to them. Like, it can happen when you're... Let's say you just want to go about your day, right? What the fuck? Okay, that's kind of gotta change. Like, if you're on a slope, you should not be getting a skeleton galleon. I mean, I kind of don't care anyway if my ship sinks. It's kind of their whole point. But like, it's gotta change, man. Like, the main issue with this mode, this game, is the fact that you're forced to deal with the bullshit. And if you try to complain about it, the community just shuts you down with the shittiest excuses. It makes fun of you. And talk shit. Like, what the fuck kind of community have you created where? I know how it says in the tavern, oh, be nice to other players or whatever. But that doesn't help. That doesn't help or prevent jack shit from happening. Music notes for this. It doesn't solve the problem or the issue. It doesn't even help the issue. Because effectively all they mean is like, don't be racist or whatever. Even though that wasn't exactly uplifted anyway. Because people have been have had ships with the name on this crest thingy be something very racist or so on. And they're still allowed to add that into the game onto the lowest plaques and allowed to roam the seas. Meanwhile, some like suggestive kind of ones that only make sense if you know the thing anyway. And I mean, if you know the thing anyway, then it's already too late. I forgot the one that I saw. But it was like a funny meme thing, and not a actual like offensive, racist or whatever. It was just like, fuck, I don't know what it now, and it's actually annoying. But I found it funny when I originally saw it. And it's like the people who already know don't care, and they never will. Because they are just gonna find it funny. Like just about everyone else. So, what's the point? You throw out them, but you don't throw out the actually wrong ones. Sure, they probably got a bit of repercussion as well, but the fact that they were allowed to exist anyway, and you still punish the other person who had a slight bit of a slightly suggestive one, but only made sense if you knew from the beginning, is not helping your game. you're punishing the wrong people. Punishing the people who are actually following your rules. And when it comes to PvP shit, you're just not listening to your actual community. You're listening to the loudest people who are the wrong people to listen to. Like, I don't get it. Let me see if I can get... exit the desktop. Now I'm gonna see if I can get some of those videos up. I can grab you that video of when I'm just chilling, playing where is it? Where is it? I guess I can't do that. That will capture the wrong screen. Here we go. So this is the video clip where we were effectively sitting at an outpost. Here I'm just checking this out, reading it, not doing anything. Because I was like, okay. I move out, I see this spawn, and I'm just like, what? Because I'm parked at an outpost, so I was expecting, like, not to spawn a fight. Because we're at an outpost. That dude hadn't realized yet. I look off into the distance, there they are. There they pop up. Now, you can clearly see that we're just two people. If I pan over to where I was looking at the island, you can also see no names. So, you should have seen names by then. So I then immediately like start getting ready to fucking fight, because, yeah, just got caught with our pants down. Then you can see when they start firing that it's not two people firing those cannons. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cannons fire off. So they're definitely like 3, 4 people. 1 person driving, 2 people on the cannons, 1 person getting ready to repair. At least 3 people. There's just 3 cannons just went off on their own. Right after each other, so. Yeah. And yeah, I don't have audio because for some reason my GeForce Experience doesn't capture audio anymore, and I don't know why. So I'm sitting here like, how the fuck are we supposed to fight this? 2 people on a galleon. I get it, the max there is 4. But you can't count on there being 4 on one at all times. If you do that, then you are just fucking it over. Now let me quickly swap over from this back over to this. And back out of this. And then into the other one, where we had some weird shit happening. But this one we actually had a 4 crew, but for some reason we got sank within... I just did that for no reason. But for this one, you can see here that we're 4 people. 1, 2, 3. And then there's me, obviously. And which most of this clip is gonna be literally just me just fucking around on the boat because we're waiting for matchmaking. Then we get to go up. Gotta love the black screens. There we go. We have now loaded in, and we're going up. And here we are. We are now up. And we're heading directly towards them, which is kind of a shit spawn location to begin with, because you are heading directly towards each other. You're literally on a crash course. Like, I was expecting you to just spawn, like, off the side in front. Yeah, then I randomly took damage, and we just suddenly acted like we hit an island. But we didn't. Then we get rammed, because kind of shit spawn location. We get boarded, I get then killed before I can fight back. Which is fine. I then just offer my soul so that I can try to get back faster. Which is fine. I grab the pink flame because I always do that. And then get ready to go back. But before that door opened, boom. Battle lost. I don't know what the fuck happened here. I honestly have no clue. Can someone explain? Cause I don't have one. Like, I feel like we hit an island or something. But there was nothing there. Like, if you don't believe me, look at this shit. Nothing in front of me, right? Nothing. Right? And boom. Notice he comes from the left side, though. Yeah, which we were not close enough to get hit by those barrels, so it couldn't have been a bomb either. Right? Because I don't see a bomb, like, in front of us at all. I see them off the side, yes, but they're a bit too far away off the side. Boom. We blow up still. So I don't know what the fuck happened, because I did... You're gonna have to take my word for this, because the audio doesn't work. But I did not hear a sniper shot go off. So they can't have shot a bomb. So where the fuck... I didn't even hear a bomb go off. I just heard us ram something. But there was nothing for us to ram. Unless those... unless there's a glitch in the game that makes it so that, barrels can appear as mainland or something. Because there's nothing here. So, I don't have an explanation. I literally don't. Tell me in the comments if you do, because I don't fucking know. All I know is what I've told you so far. It's about all I know. But, like, you've got to do something. Your game is struggling, even if you may not realize it right now. Your PvE is fantastic. Your PvP, it's not good, and it will never be good. So please don't try and make it good. Don't force it. Because you're not a game like CS:GO. It just won't work. Trust me, it won't work. I have spent nearly 300 hours on this game now. To be more specific, I have spent 286 279 hours on this game. So, yeah, please change this. Please don't make this problem even worse than it already is, please. Please add a PvE server. Add the option for you to be a host for a few of your friends to either be on separate boats or to be on the same boat with you or whatever. I also host our own servers and invite people we want into it. Sure, it may make the game a bit easier, but if you don't want it easy, don't go for that mode. That mode isn't meant for you that doesn't want it easy then. It's like starting a campaign in COD on easy mode and then complaining that it's easy. If you do that. I mean, if you do that, then that's your own fault. Please add a PvE mode. Like, honestly. I fucking wish I had the chance and the ability to get in contact with one of the developers and talk to them about this. I could easily come up with some idea to hopefully get a PvE mode to be working in the way that you would love it to be, and the PvEers would actually love it. I fucking love to work with you, Rare, to get that accomplished. But I don't have the channels to reach you, and yeah. My only guess would be like go to customer support and send in an email or whatever. But they probably don't have the clarifications or qualifications or whatever to chat to me about that shit. Because they deal with entirely different shit. I have to reach like somebody at the top of the development in the game. But they don't have an easy way to be reached. And usually if you're not popular, you're not going to reach them. That's how today's society works. Which means that if you're not loud enough, or popular enough, you're not going to reach the people that you want to reach. Which sucks extremely much. It sucks so bad. And like, I myself don't enjoy it. I wouldn't blame a new person for quitting this game due to these issues. Like, Rare, I thought you'd realize this. Your main gameplay loop is fun, but it's not fun when that main gameplay loop gets ruined because some dude decides to be an asshole. Right. Hold on. I'm gonna go back to the screen real quick, because I've decided to just go through the reviews to see what's up, right? It's perfectly fine. I'm gonna scroll down a bit, about fishing in general. Fishing, nothing about fighting any enemy player. This is... We'll upend an evening to help some newbie finish a tall tale. He loves to help new players. Few people are like that. But not. This is not about PvP either. This is literally just a song, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it's the lyrics for the Yoho song. This is kind of about PvP, but he's just doing it in a funny way. Yeah, that's a joke. I don't know. Fun while playing with friends. I have no friends. Sad face. No longer fun. Effectively, I'm gonna add no longer fun onto that because yeah, that's exactly why when it's not fun. I just wish a game like this would support solo lobbies or something like that. I'm all burnt out on PvP anything. PvP is not fun. The fact that so many games go that way is fucking annoying. The only game that doesn't really have a massive PvP is Warframe. And if I go to Warframe, it's a free-to-play game that earns all its money through like cosmetics, all that shit, but still have a massive amount of content. And this is actually what I'm wanting to get. It's a Warframe thing I want to get, which is a Wolf Warframe, fun enough. How can you not recommend it right now? Toxic MMO Oasis. I have not seen toxicity on Warframe. Honestly, the only time that I get toxic is if somebody's not doing something right and not listening. If I try to say to somebody that, oh, I'm farming Argon crystals, stick together with us and marking Argon crystals, you find. That's it. And if you decide not to listen, or constantly annoy ruin, then I'm getting annoyed, and that's when I get toxic. That's only because, well, you're either accidentally or intentionally ruining my game experience. Like I had one time where I needed to get Xmas kills for this one weapon that evolves the more you do of it, whatever, which is fine. And I had this dude fucking constantly stealing Xmas kills when he saw that I'm clearly doing it, and I have to get headshots, which is not fucking easy to begin with. And my gun doesn't exactly one tap, so yeah. But the game is not really that toxic. There's way worse games. Like this one, for example. This one fucking sucks. I'm not nominating this game. Fuck that. Fuck you. This game is not Game of the Year worthy. Or anything like that. The thing is, like, most of these guys don't really have that much time to like actually get into it. This dude's probably the only dude who has enough time to actually get full on into the game out of these people. 100 hours, maybe he's experienced PvP every now and then. But most of these people have not experienced most of the game. The main the main time when you start unlocking well, when you start suffering from PvP issues, it's after like over 200 hours at least. Which this dude probably just hadn't had a good time with it, or maybe got lucky. Dunno. But a game like this needs a PvE mode to be separate, or else you'll just be suffering. Single player, yeah, that's false. It's not fucking single player, mate. I would, to be honest, go anti single player. Cause honestly, it fucking sucks that bad. That's how bad this game sucked. When it comes, like, like a quest in Destiny 2 loses all its fun value when it forces you to do something that's not fun. And this game forces you to do something that's not fun. PvPing is not fun. And now it's been a kind of a rant, but Rare needs to realize this. And streamers and YouTubers and shit need to just go out of the forefront of their vision so that they can fucking do this shit and have people actually have fun. Because this is no longer fun. Sure, it takes attention away from you, but how the fuck are you supposed to get the Skeleton Curse as a PvE player? There's no alternate path. You can't just give loot to the dude. You are forced into that mode. I got called delusional earlier for saying that this update fucks you over more than it helps you as a PvE player. Because guess what? The PvP players might stay away from PvP players for the time being, yeah. Sure. You're right there. But you're sure as fuck not right in the long run. Let's say a month or two down the line. The fuck is the point to play that mode? You already have everything. What's the bother? Why should you bother playing a PvP mode that actually puts you against people you're hopefully around your similar skill? It just doesn't work. And to be honest, I kind of think it should look for other marks as well. Like, for example, the amount of shots hit rate, and time steered on the wheel, and certain things like that. Oh, holes repaired, shit like that. So I can keep track of what you do most. Like, let's say if you stay on the wheel most, right? Like your driver most, then you're gonna have a lot of time on the wheel every match. Then it's gonna rule out amount of shots hit, amount of kills hit, amount of holes repaired, all that shit. And just and then go on the win-loss ratio. Other than that, if you spend a lot of time on the cannons, it should go on to how many shots have you hit? How many shots do you hit every match? Like, what's your hit ratio usually? And then if you repair holes, it should just go on win-loss ratio again, because you can't exactly change that. Shouldn't matter. If you spend a lot of time on other players' ships, or off your ship in general, it should go on how many kills do you have per match, to try to gauge out your skill ratio. Because if it just goes on win-loss ratio, you're gonna have a lucky streak. It's gonna put you against people who are just gonna dominate you. Because of the fact that it then thinks you're way better at the game than you actually are. Like, let's say, fucking earlier today, before I started the stream, I think I did 2 matches. One, I managed to win, because I'm pretty sure the dude scalded the ship. Which, okay, cool, he gave up. I then immediately lost the next one, because I couldn't fight the dude. Because they expected me to have sunk the dude with force. But no, I won because the dude gave up. That means that my skill rank shouldn't exactly have gone up. That's the flaw with win-loss ratio. It usually just struggles. And it should also go on like how many players are on the ship, what type of ship you're playing, so on. Because like if you're a solo slooper, most of those should count. But it's like if you're running a galleon with 4 players, then you should divide them. It's such like that, effectively. But you need a PvE mode where you need one, and badly. Like honestly, please make one, or the game is gonna forever be terrible. Honestly, there's so many people. Like 1 out of 5 people, I'm thinking, or 1 out of 10 or 15 or something like that, quit the game because it's not fun due to the PvP. That's on the only vocal like reviews estimate that I've done. Take or add a few, I don't know. Roughly, from what I know. Might be way off, I don't know. It's just a rough a rough guess, to be honest. Rough estimate from what I've seen. I can't exactly count for what I haven't seen because, well, that's not possible. But if that many people end up leaving, then that takes away a massive portion of player base. Cause yeah, it's kind of shit. You've gotta make it so that people don't leave and actually enjoy playing the game, playing the content that you have posted, that you build and make and publish. Like, if I am to make a game that's like Sea of Thieves, my first edition is going to be a PvE mode. Well, maybe not my first edition, because I'd want the content to build up first. I'd want content to build up so that hopefully they're not gonna like burn through everything within 5 hours and then complain. But like as the stage is of Sea of Thieves today, that's not a 5 hours grind. That is not a 5 hours grind. If you think that's a 5 hour grind, you might want to reconsider. Sure, some people have gotten themselves Pirate Legend within a few hours. But then again, that's not all cosmetics. Or all tall tales done. There's so much more than just Pirate Legend. Because usually, with most cosmetics, you have to do a certain thing in the game first before you can buy it. So you can't only grind money. Sure, grinding money is a big part of it, but it's still isn't most of it. Sure, you'll see a lot of people around with like Dark Adventure sales and shit that's a lot more rare because of the amount of grind required. But the thing is, cosmetics don't really show skill. Not in this game. And it shouldn't exactly either. Not in this game. Kinda shouldn't in any game, to be honest. You should just show what you've done. And Dark Adventurer sales, all it really shows you is that you grinded 8 million. That's it. That's literally it. There's no other reason. Nothing. Sure, you can take away that they're most likely kind of good at the game. But for all you know, they're absolute garbage. They run those sales because people tend to stay away from them. That's the thing. Like, I've seen people put up the Reaper flag while doing tall tales because it tends to get people to stay away from them. Like, I met some dude that was doing the same tall tale as I am. Well, I think the same tall tale anyway. But yeah. Like, and he had the Reaper up, so yeah. But yeah, the thing to take away from the stream, this 2 hour and a half stream, probably the longest that I haven't had in quite a while, is Rare, please make a fucking PvE mode. It's honestly gonna help your game a lot. I'd fucking love it. I want to get back in the game so bad, but PvE is, or PvP is the issue. I don't want to, because I don't want to be banging my head against the wall, going physically insane. That's the definition of insanity, is doing the same thing over and over, hoping that it's going to be different. That's what I'm doing with this game. This is what I'm doing with the game. I actually feel insane. And like, I can get that you don't really want to separate them because that's how it's been for quite a while. But the thing is, you don't have to full on separate them either. You don't have to redo all your servers or anything. Because we already know that you can do private servers. You already have them, and you have given them out to the YouTubers and streamers and shit. The only issue that in those you don't have the ability to earn anything. And I get it. GTA's private lobbies also started out that way. But they changed their minds on that because of the fact that it just was a dumb idea to begin with. It's like saying that if you try to solo a dungeon in Destiny 2, you won't get anything out of it. Just because there's no threat from other players doesn't mean that there's not a threat to begin with. And that doesn't mean that you can't add a threat. Like, there's so many other things that you could do. You can do something that would boost the lore out of the fucking sky. Make it so that, like, doing it in private lobbies is going to be the easiest way to do lore stuff. That would make it so you can add more tall tales again. Make another fucking Golden Shores of Gold. There's so much shit that you could actually benefit from here. Your adventures are a prime example of why it sucks to do that right now. Because of the fact that in the recent one, you were taken to like an area, or one of the most recent ones, you were taken to an area or whatever, and people could spawn camp you. Made it pretty much unplayable. That's the community of your game, where that's your community. That's why people are wanting a PvE server. So that they can't, so that shit won't happen. But what they want the PvE server to be is an optional route. Not the main route. Many people absolutely adore the game the way it is. And I see why. It sure is fun to just encounter somebody and manage to come out on top. It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. But the problem is, it's such a rare experience that it's simply not worth playing it as it is right now. For people who either play a variety of other games, so their skill in one specific game will never be great. Like, for example, me right now, right? My aim will never be perfect in a game like Valorant. Or COD. Because I play Temtem, Pokemon, WoW, I play Rise, I play other games that don't require that similar skill. I played Minecraft, I played VR, so many different games. Right now, the games I have: Modern Warfare 2, Cyberpunk 2077, Destiny 2, Dying Light 2, Fallout 4, which I probably should delete because I haven't played it in a while, Generation Zero, Monster Hunter Rise, Phasmophobia, Raft, Satisfactory, Sea Thieves, Slime Rancher 1, Slime Rancher 2, Soundpad, a tool for, well...
Hey, can we go on land? No. Why? The sun is a deadly laser.
Probably heard that twice or something. Because it comes out of my desktop along with my mic. Because it's a soundboard. And then I have Temtem, Valheim, Wallpaper Engine, and Warframe installed. At least 5 of those games don't require good aiming skills. Actually, no, it's more. Way more, actually. But the thing is, I didn't even go over VR games, so there's not many VR games. But the thing is, any VR game doesn't require good aiming like how COD needs. It requires an entirely different aiming skill. Because it mimics a bit more of the real life style of aiming. And not a mouse and keyboard aim. So yeah. My skill in a game like CSGO and COD will never be great. And in a game like Sea of Thieves, there's pretty much nothing that can compare to that style of aiming because of the fact that it uses the cannons to aim quite a lot of the time. And there's nothing that can mimic that in a different game. So Sea of Thieves itself is the only way I can practice. But I don't want to be launching myself into fucking PvP trying to practice. And I'm not doing a fucking voyage on my own to practice, especially not when it's a fucking pain to do on your own. Because usually if you're trying to solo something, you're most of the time going to be spending your time in the bottom of the ship repairing and emptying shit. Not on the cannons trying to shoot. So how am I supposed to practice if most of the time I'm not even on the cannon? It's like practicing your aim in a game like Modern Warfare, but you don't even use a gun 99% of the time. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, I'm done with my rant for now. I'm done. See you all in the next stream. Rare.